Okay, go live. All right, and we are live. Sorry for the delay if anyone was waiting there, but you know how it is sometimes. It's hard to get exactly on at 9 o'clock here in, or whatever time it is where you are, exactly on the hour. It's hard. It's hard to always do that. So sometimes I might be a little bit late, but 14 minutes, not too bad, not too bad. Trying to really be on time these days, but yeah. How's everyone doing? Hope you're good. Let me know that you can hear me okay and that it's clear. The past few kind of live streams, it was a little bit quiet. But I'm always trying to improve the sound, trying new things. I think it can get a bit stale sometimes if you're just doing the same old thing. I get bored very easily. I like to try different things. All right, so I got new strings on at the moment. Literally just put them on today, which I don't usually do. I usually just leave them on for a little while before I start, before I get going. And hold on, I realized that my reverb is on. Reverb. Okay, I've turned the reverb off. I'm gonna try and turn reverb on the mic when I play. Just something I'm trying with, experimenting around with. Ba ba bum be doo. That's me testing again. Bit of testing again. Sorry, 1 second. While I fiddle around, doobly doodah. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone is good. Okay, right. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange kind of setup, I guess. Complicated as ever. I go through these phases of like getting really complicated, having lots of different gear, and then I'm like, no, just take it all out and go back to as simple as possible and with one mic and this sort of stuff. So I got my pickup coming through, but I might play a few different instruments. I don't know. Today is just about I'm just going to be playing my songs. I have no set list. I have nothing kind of planned in this. There's no plans in this live stream. I'm just playing and then saying hi to everyone, answering questions, this sort of stuff. Please feel free as ever. I always, I try not to answer questions right off the bat, straight away. I like to get comfortable a little bit, and then I'll start answering some questions and stuff. But I should play probably. Another thing is everything went wrong yesterday. Usually on Friday evening is like my time to kind of test everything and just make sure everything's like running smooth for the live stream, because obviously Saturday I like to spend time with the family and and I don't really come down here until it's time, like a few minutes before, and so last night, it was, it was, everything was going wrong. Just, I have this like thing for the webcam. I'm just using a normal webcam, and I have like something where I can change the settings, because I don't want all the automatic settings. I like to have manual settings, because the autofocus, I just leave it in manual focus. Otherwise, when I do this with my hand, it will be going all over the place and everything will be out of focus. And trying to focus in on my hand and all kinds of things. So I like to have, and this app that I use just completely crashed on me, just broke. So I had to try and find another app that worked, that had the features that I want. All these sort of things were just going wrong. So I'm using something else now, but I hope on my screen, this blue, you see this blue here, if anyone can comment, to me, it looks very, there's like, it's moving a little bit. And that happens when you have sort of, is to do with the frames per second and stuff like this are not quite right with the voltage of the light. You know, it's a bit of an old light, that one. So let me know if you can see any sort of lines moving up and down, sort of waviness on this. Because obviously lights, you know, they're actually flashing, but our eyes can't see it because they're doing it very fast. But cameras can, you know. So that's why sometimes when you're videoing stuff, you know, certain lights are flickering and certain lights are not. Anyway, I hope everyone's good. I am... yeah, I should play a song. I'm going to play a song so I can stop just jabbering. All right, I'm gonna. I started with this one last time. It's nobody's fault but mine. I just really enjoy playing it, and it's just a really nice, simple song. It's a good one to start with. I'll just start with that, and then I'll have a look at the comments. I haven't even looked at any comments. It's probably none, but no. Yeah. So nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine, and nobody's fault but mine. If I don't read, my soul be lost. And I have a Bible in my home, and I have a Bible in my home. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine. Bible of my own, and I have a Bible of my own. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Mother, she taught me how to read. Mother, she taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine. Father, he taught me how to read. Father, he taught me how to read. If I don't read, my soul be lost. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but 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 mine. And that was Nobody's Fault But Mine. Hope everyone's doing well. on this Saturday evening. Hey Aaron, how's it going? Good to see you. Great. Yeah, you love it's a nice song. It's a really nice song. It's by it's originally like a gospel blues song, but I really like the version of Blind Willie Johnson does a really nice version of this. Nice. Yeah, I'll see how the sound. How's the sound, by the way? Is it okay? Can you hear me okay? Is the levels all right? Is it things to look out for? It just helps me look out for next time to try and improve. Is there any delay between my voice or between the video and the audio? There might be, because I'm going through my door here. Yeah, so it's a bit of a weird like way of doing things, because I'm monitoring myself directly from my audio interface, but that's not what you're hearing. You're hearing another round. It's going through the door, and then the output of the door is going into the into YouTube, basically. So, and then I have to turn off the door sound, the sound from the digital audio workstation or from the computer, because otherwise I'd get a delay. I'd get like a repeated sound. So, yeah, I have to turn that off, so I can't directly hear exactly how it sounds. But hopefully, I'm just kind of looking at the levels. It looks kind of okay. All right, let's do another song. Yeah, as I say, this is just a little different to some of my other ones. It's very informal, this sort of thing. Feel free to ask any questions regarding anything, really. Yeah, I'm just playing songs. And all that. If does anybody use capos often? I use capos a lot. What I find when I put the capo on, depending on what capo you have, like I try to have it, that point where it's just tight enough that you don't get any. It plays the string very well, but it's not tightening it, But another tip is to pull your strings through, when you put your capo on, because obviously there's a little bit of sort of slack tension here. So if you pull them through, then it should be okay. But even then, I find it sometimes I still need to sort of adjust things here for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna play it's an old traditional song. It's a mining song called Banks of the Dee. And this is really nice. I realized that in my last live stream, on my last concert live stream, the sort of the playing like this. None of my pedals were coming through, and my pickup wasn't coming through. It was just the microphone that was coming through, which is totally fine. By the way, you don't need pedals at all, I just like to have them sometimes, and I didn't realize that I have these all these kind of effects, including I'm messing around with a bit of kind of distortion can kind of hear that. Right, it's sort of coming through. A bit ridiculous, but you know, I like to have fun. And I realized at these moments, I only realized the other day when I was watching the video back, at these moments where I was just really getting into it, and I was hearing all the crazy like effects and distortion and stuff, and everybody else was just hearing the microphone. But obviously, you know, it doesn't matter. It's still all good, but I just found that funny. Yeah, so this is Banks of the D. Here we go. Oh, I am an old miner, aged 56. If I could get lots wide, I'd raffle me pigs. I'd raffle them and I'd sell them and I'd hoe them away. But I can't get employment, for me hair it's turned grey. Oh, I am an old miner, aged 56. If I could get lots wide, I'd raffle me pigs. I'd raffle them and I'd sell them and I'd hoe them away. But I can't get employment, for me hair it's turned grey. Last Wednesday night, to the reckoning I went. To the culinary office I went straight for her nest. And I got me wage packet and I was walking her way, when they gave us me notice, for me hair it's turned grey. Oh, I am an old miner, aged 56. If I could get lots wide, I'd raffle me pigs. I'd raffle them and I sell 'em, and I'd hoe 'em away. But I can't get employment for me hair, it's turned grey. Oh, I am an old miner, aged 56. If I could get lots, would I raffle me picks? I'd raffle 'em and I'd sell 'em, and I'd hoe 'em away. But I can't get employment for me hair, it's turned grey. And that was Banks of the D. Hope everyone's good. If you just joined us, hello. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Fabian Holland, and we're just doing, nothing really planned. We're just doing songs today, and let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm just going to go to the chat. Yeah, we got a few people. All right. Hey, Rafal, is that right? Am I saying that right? Rafal, how's it going? Hi from Poland. Nice. Like your YouTube. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And Mississippi Blues. How's it going? Everything. Evening, Fabian, and all. How's it going? Good to hear from everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Aaron says, I know from your videos that you love ribbon mics, but see, on your live stream, you use a condenser. Is there a reason? I'm just trying a few things out. I managed to get my hands on this condenser. And it's a really nice condenser. It's a Neumann TLM 107. And I have a Neumann, that's way back there, small diaphragm. The KM 184 is one I like as well, the small diaphragm. But I'm just trying things out. I've been using this for a few weeks now. And it's a very, very clear sounding mic and true sounding mic. That's why I find with Neumanns, they're super clear and super kind of, very, very kind of, I would say clear sounding, and it's a very, very cool kind of all round mic. It's one It's similar to the other TLM kind of Neumanns, if you know that, TLM 102, 103, but you can change the polar pattern on this one, which is, very, very cool and very practical in many different ways. Probably be doing a video on that at some point. Yeah. All right. So, but I still like ribbon mics, and I still use them, and maybe I'll bring some ribbons on the live stream again. But it depends on what mics I have, and it's just because this is a new mic and I'm trying it out a lot, That's pretty much the only reason. And Mississippi Blues says, do you know of, what is that? I can't read that. Hold on. Al Petaway. Yeah, I've heard of Al Petaway. That kind of rings a bell. Al Petaway, huh? But I can't think of anything that kind of comes to mind of his music. All right, so as always, feel free to sort of ask any questions regarding anything, really. I might get some other instruments out on this stream as well, not just do my acoustic guitar. I'm trying to do more of my kind of, I got a dobro style, you can't even see that. Anyway, I'll get it out in a second. It's kind of a dobro style resonator. And yeah, this kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do one more song, and then I got a really old banjo as well. Maybe I'll do a song with that. He's a great dadgad player. Yeah. Passed away recently, really. Okay. That's a shame. I have to kind of Google him now. Yeah. Al Petaway. I'm just reading about him, sorry. As I'm live streaming. Yeah, definitely heard of him. I probably heard him play at some point. Yeah, definitely seen him before. Okay, he recently passed away. That's a shame. I'll check out his stuff again. All right. I'm going to try and play a song I haven't played in ages. I can only remember the first verse and the chorus. But I'm going to play it anyway. I'm going to try a little bit of reverb on this mic, because there's nothing coming through at the moment. So, let me know. There should be reverb coming through now. This is called Cold Tea. The tea's gone cold and my feet have froze. In this house, the gas spill rose to my fear. Party cold, my feet have froze. A thing that's so near. The tea's gone cold. The tea is gone cold. The tea has gone cold. The tea has gone cold. Tea's gone cold and my feet have froze. In this house, I'm far too old for now. Far too old to take this cold. The winter is near. The tea has gone cold. 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 And that was Cold Tea. Oh man, I completely messed up the words on that one. You know when you just completely forget any lyrics in the middle of a song, and you just kind of had to just make it up a little bit. But I think sometimes it's it's good to put myself through these situations, so I realize like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to practice that one. I need to try and remember. I'm going to show you this. I got this resonator here. This is a Regal guitar. Oh, it's falling to bits. It's not that old. It's like 90s, I think. But it's not too bad. I think I can't remember where they were made. I don't think they were made in America. Regal. They were kind of like a cheap version of Dobro and National guitars. These sort of classic resonator guitars, I'd love, that's one of the things I'd really like to get my hands on, a really nice quality resonator, whether it's a dobro style like this. So dobro styles are typically kind of on your lap that you play, kind of like a lap steel kind of stuff. You see like but this is not designed that way. Some of them, they have thicker necks and designed for this. This is actually designed to be played normally, but I just kind of decided to kind of set it up like this so you can see the strings are kind of off the ground. And actually have a capo specially for this type of, you can get capos for these as well. I'm not going to use it today, but it's kind of like this contraption. And you slide this under, and this kind of, you can see that acts as the fret, and this kind of goes in and this locks in place. It's kind of cool little thing. But I just kind of want to show you how this sounds. As I say, it is not a high-end guitar by any means, and with especially with like resonators, there's so many bits of metal and things that are moving inside that it's so easy for them to get to rattle, and something in here is rattling at some point. I kind of like it at times, but sometimes it's a bit annoying. But whether it's like loose screws, it kind of it maybe adds a little bit of charm to it, somehow. But sometimes it can be a little annoying to me, maybe it's not to others. But I don't really have a song as such. I've just got this in C, or I think C sharp for some reason. I don't know why. C sharp major tuning. And you can kind of hear that rattle. It's, don't know if it's, I just need to kind of go in there and see what's going on with the rattling. But anyway, I thought I'd just play it. I'm just gonna kind of noodle around, and I wanted to try and play this song, also by Blind Willie Johnson, called Dark Was the Night, or Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground, I think is the full title. And I find this song really interesting because he kind of goes, it's kind of, he plays in a major key, but then he's using like minor thirds in there as well. Minor thirds and minor sevens as well, mixed in with the major key, which shouldn't go. It should sound strange, but it doesn't for some reason. I'm totally fascinated by this. Anyway, I'll try and play it. I haven't played it in years. You can actually see a version of this on my YouTube channel like 2 or 3 years ago or something, and that's the last time I played it. And it was on my lap steel, my homemade lap steel, if you want to check it out. But I'll just pop on the reverb, see if this kind of adds to it a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I need to. I really want to do more kind of slide playing, especially lap slide. It's really fun because obviously it's very different to kind of playing it like this, because you can firstly, you can really use a very heavy slide, and the heavier slide you use, then the clearer the note is, you know. Whereas if I was to use like a glass slide, you can hear the note isn't as clear on slide. It's not as loud. So yeah, basically that's, you hear that. It's much clearer, and because you're viewing everything from above, then you can really get you get these intricate kind of melodies. You can be very precise with everything, you know. Which is very cool. Obviously, playing it upright as well is also great, and the fact that you can use your fingers as well is another advantage. But yeah, I just really like playing lap slide for those kind of reasons. Yeah, but as I say, I'd love to get my hands on a really nice resonator. If anyone has a resonator, let me know what type you have. I'm just going to put this back because otherwise it's going to fall down. Yeah, let me know what resonator you have, if you have one. I've got my eye on these mule resonators. If anyone's heard of these mule resonators, they look absolutely beautiful, but you know, each one is made to order, and you have a waiting list and all kinds of things. So you know, maybe a little bit of time before I can get my hands on one of them. Yeah, okay, let's go to the chat, and The Lavari sounds sweet. What other guitars do you own? Can't even say it. Laravi. It's not a Laravi. Do you mean the resonator or do you mean the acoustic? The acoustic's a Loudon. That's a Loudon. The resonator's a Regal. I have another Loudon as well. I've got a bunch of like classical guitars, but not particularly good classical guitars. There's like an old South American classical guitar there. I was gonna get my banjo out actually. Let me show you my banjo. Oh no, I'll do that in a bit. I'll play one more. I'll play one more on the Loudon. So this is a Loudon. Do you mean like Lavari? They kind of look a bit like Loudon guitars, huh? Lavari guitars. Yeah. They're a little, I don't know where they're made. They're a little bit cheaper, I think. But a lot of them look kind of like Loudons. But I can't see now where they're made. I mean, yeah, acoustic. They also have a little bit of kind of, some of them have a little bit of, what's that other guitar brand? Is it Santa Cruz? Something like this to them. Anyway, I'm just looking at them. I don't know if I share my screen, you'll still be able to hear me. Let's try it. Let's see. Let me know if you can still hear me when I share this screen like this. Can you still hear me? I think you can, but it might be a little bit quiet. I don't know. Yeah. So this is kind of a few of them. They look nice as well. You know, they're nice guitars. I think I've played on one at one point. Yeah, look, some of them look a little bit like Loudons, also kind of like Martins or Santa Cruz or this sort of stuff, you know. Anyway, yeah, that's no, it's a Loudon. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Good to have you to the live stream. Welcome. Sarah says, beautiful, the guitar sounds so good. It's obviously a great guitar, but I'd be interested to know on your preferences for strings. Yeah, strings, you know, it's one of these things that I need to experiment around. I think I just, where's my strings? Here they are. I always have them at reach. D'Addario, Phosphor Bronze, medium gauge, EJ17 medium gauge. And what does the Phosphor Bronze mean? So medium is like 0.013. That's like the first string, the thinnest, and then 0.056 is the thickest. The Phosphor Bronze, I think it's like a coating over the top, you know, and it kind of makes them a little bit brighter. So I like to, when I put them on, these are actually brand new strings on today, so that's probably, they sound a little bright usually than they normally would. I usually put them on and then play them in for a few days before if I want to have a recording, then I play them in for a few days. Also, you know, it takes them a while to kind of get settled, you know, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, and with strings as well, it's very important to kind of get them, you know, fit them well, and so they're not like a mess overlapping each other kind of thing, you know. You probably won't be able to see that, but I like to have them, you know, it's probably out of focus, but I like to have them very neat, you know, here. And so that means like when I'm tuning them, they're not, because if they're overlapping over each other, when you're tuning or detuning, you know, then they can kind of slip and come loose. And then you got all kinds of problems that they're not tuning. And, you know, if they come loose and slip, then obviously it's going to go way out of tune and all kinds of things. So, yeah, it's important to, I have a system. Maybe I'll make a video of that. It won't be a very, it won't be a sexy video. It, you know, it won't be a nice how to tune guitar strings, you know, kind of thing. But it is one of these things that's really important that I learnt from my old guitar teacher, and he learnt it from like a sound guy or something like this. I can't remember now, but yeah, it's basically a locking system where you kind of go round and then you go underneath and pull and you lock and then you tighten the string kind of thing. Maybe I'll do a video about that as well, because that's kind of one of these little things that's kind of important for people to know, you know. But yes, I'm kind of rambling, but strings is, I've kind of stuck with these strings for years, for absolutely years. And I've never, I only did that because a lot of the players that I look up to were also using these strings. So I thought, oh, they can't be that bad, you know, if they're using the same string. So, but I think it's always worth exploring and just seeing what sounds best to you, and also doing recordings as well and listening back to recordings, because, you know, when we're playing, we're just hearing it from a strange position, and we're not necessarily hearing our guitars, you know, the way other people are hearing it. So it's important to record it and then listen back, just for listening back purposes, you know, and all this sort of stuff. But you know, yeah, it's something that I need to kind of explore and get into with strings and stuff. But you know, I'm quite happy with them, and I don't have any need to change. But you know, that shouldn't mean that I shouldn't explore a little bit, you know, with stuff with these strings. But yeah, that's my take on strings. Yeah. Sarah also says, I don't have a resonator, but now I want one. Yeah, they're amazing guitars. They were created like just for making the guitar louder, you know, because the guitar didn't cut through back in the days where you didn't have amplification. The acoustic guitar just didn't cut through when you had lots of other instruments, including like brass instruments and like really loud instruments, you know. And the guitar was I think more of like a one melody kind of instrument in certain music, in like, you know, in like jazz and stuff like this. So the resonator was able to, you know, be a bit louder, because it's literally, they just have this speaker inside them, but it has this certain tone. And then a lot of blues players started to use them because of how loud they were, and they could use them in like blues clubs, you know, when there wasn't amplification and stuff. So that's how that kind of happens. So you get a lot. That's why resonators, you know, is you get a lot of in a lot of blues music, because of that history. But yeah, I really want to get a really nice quality one. Would be very nice. But they're great guitars. Dale, how's it going? My internet just came back on. All right, welcome. Yeah, it's annoying when you got internet problems, huh? We're kind of in, you know, in a capital city, so, and I have everything hooked up to the, you know, I'm not on Wi-Fi, everything hooked up to cables, so I very rarely have any problems. But me doing the stuff that I do, I kind of need it. But yeah, glad to have you to the live stream. Mississippi Blues says, I have a National Resophonic T14 cutaway brass body, antique brass finish with pickup. Great guitar, very nice. That sounds amazing. National Resophonic. The National Resophonic, is that like, I'm just trying to think now. Oh no, that's not a tricone, huh? Because you get some ones that have like 3 cones inside. It's still a 1 cone, huh? Cutaway brass body, antique brass finish with pickup. I like these antique brass finish kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, that sounds amazing. That sounds really nice. T14 cutaway, National Resophonic. I'll have to look that up after. Dale says, I bought a Taylor AD22E mahogany top. It is really fantastic sounding, but I did change the saddle to unbleached bone. Okay. Okay, and what happened when you changed the saddle? So you just changed the saddle, and then did the sound change, or is that before? Did it really make a difference having that bone saddle? They say, don't they, that bone is sounds best, but is it real bone? You get these like, I never know. You get these saddles that are like, what's the word? It's like manufactured bone. It's supposed to be, it's not real bone, but it's supposed to kind of sound like bone. And if anyone doesn't know, this is the saddle, you know. Yeah. So this on here, I mean, I don't know. This is just the original saddle, to be honest. And I think it's just plastic, to be honest. I don't know. But that would be interesting to see how much difference just changing a saddle makes to the tone. You know, probably quite a lot, because that's kind of the main sound point, isn't it? You know, that's where the strings are vibrating through, and then it vibrates through the whole top of the guitar. So, you know, if it vibrates in a better way, I don't know, maybe that's maybe it'll sound slightly better. That's interesting. Yeah. And Mississippi Blues says, yeah, I used a D'Addario 12 to 35. Always have. Yeah, they're just, I mean, they don't last too long as well, I find. Especially when, I mean, they do when I'm not playing as much, when I'm not playing as many shows. But when I was doing tours, you know, I was changing my strings like every week. Which sounds pretty crazy, but you know, when you're doing like a show every single day, they get grubby and they lose the tone very, very quickly, you know. But you know, they're not too expensive, I find, as well. I buy them in bulk, although they've gone up quite a bit in price, I find. I buy these, I'm now buying the 3-packs. I used to buy the 10-packs. And the 10-packs used to be $50, $50, 50 euros, whatever. But now they've gone up to like 100 now. I don't know when that changed, but I was like, holy. Now by the 3-packs, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll stick with 3 at a time for now. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah. Sarah says, thank you. You're welcome. No probs. All good. Yes, it's a tricone, Mississippi Blues says. Okay, yeah, it is. I thought it might be a tricone, yeah. I bet they sound amazing. I've never tried a tricone. I bet they sound great. Yeah, all those national ones are just absolutely phenomenal instruments. All right, I'm going to play another song now. How we're doing? Oh, it's 20 past 10. Whoa. All right, I've been talking for a while. I wanted to get my banjo out. I wanted to show you my banjo because it's another one that I haven't been playing for a while. So I just got like instruments everywhere, so I have to walk to them. This is it's reflecting the light a lot, but you can kind of see it like that. It's really a beautiful banjo. I need to take care of it a little bit better. It's a really old. I don't know exactly how old it is, but it's a very, very beautiful banjo. It's a little bit broken here. This is how I bought it. And it's got some tape with a nail here. So I'm guessing that this has got a crack in it somewhere. There's a few kind of cracks, and cracks are not good, but it's still playable. There's like a crack here, which is actually doesn't go all the way through. Actually, I thought it did, but it doesn't. It's just on this kind of top piece of wood here. Anyway, it's a really nice banjo, and it was made in Birmingham in England, and I don't know the year exactly, but I mean, I'm guessing quite a long time ago, like maybe 100 years or something. I don't know. It's called the New Windsor, and it's the Premier banjo. Premier. And I've actually put gut nylon strings on these. So they so back in the day, they used to use like animal gut strings on banjos. And this is sort of synthetic animal gut strings. They're supposed to sound similar. And it's a very mellow sound, you know. It's not as harsh. It does go out of tune a lot. Seems to be okay now though. I'm gonna try and attempt this song. It's an old song from England, and it's called "I Must Live All Alone." And it's kind of a classic fair maid lamenting for her one true love to come back from sea. I'm going to put a bit of reverb on this to see, see if this does anything. Here we go. Once I was walking one morning by chance, I heard a maid making her moan. I asked her why she sighed, and she sadly replied, "Alas, I must live all alone. Alas, I must live all alone." I said, "My fair maid, pray whence have you strayed? And are you some distance from home?" "And my home," she replied, "is a burnt under me. Oh, yes, I must live all alone. Alas, I must live all alone." come see my Johnny to me, and make me a bride of your own. Or else for your sake my heart it will break, and here I shall die all alone. And here I shall die all alone. Yeah, that's it. That was I Must Live All Alone. It's a really nice banjo. I just need to just gets out of tune quite easily, but really fun to play. I'll just put this back. All right, I'll bring back the Loudon. Here we go. So, as always, feel free to ask any questions or anything like that. I'll play a few more songs, and then we'll see where we're at with everything. Dale says Loudon Guitar uses bone for their saddles too. Oh, really? I didn't realise. Must be bone then. Or maybe did they use it back when this was made in like 1994? I don't know if they used bone then. I must ask them. Be interesting to know. I'm sure they probably use bone now. But yeah. All right. I'm gonna play another song. What shall I play? I'll play. Maybe I'll play a fairly new song. This is a song called Memories. Just turn the reverb on. Forgotten the first word. It'll come to me, it'll come to me. We were young, we used to go down by the southern coast. What I enjoyed the most was the sun and the lovely sea. Fresh sea air, it smelled the best when the tide was out. We used to run and shout, release the bird in me. The memories of that feeling were so free. Sand in between my toes, sun cream, it's on my nose. The water comes up to my knees. It's these moments and memories. Sunday morn, my dad said, everyone in the car. We used to drive too far, but oh, it went run down. Radio on and blasting, cruising threadily. Who can see the sea is the first to make a sound, and I'm the first to say what I have found. Sand in between my toes, sun cream, it's on my nose. The water comes up to my knees. It's these moments and memories. sorta comes up to my knees. It's these moments and memories. That was memories. I got a little carried away there. So in all these kind of breaks where I'm just playing, it's completely improvised. You know, I don't write any of this. I literally just have the bass line. You know, is this. And usually I keep the bass line super simple and have it like one finger. I just need one finger at a time to play the bass line, you know. So that kind of, and with some open strings as well, you know. It's basically just a kind of a rhythmical thing that I can just keep going, you know. And the trick to know whether you're able to kind of improvise over the top or comfortable enough is that you can think about something else and actually, in fact, doing what I'm doing right now. So if you can talk and think more about your conversation and what you're having, you know, and not think about what you're doing, then you're at the point where you can just improvise over the top of it, you know. But of course, I like to push myself when I do these improvised bits. And I don't know if you noticed there, I made some pretty obvious mistakes. I always make mistakes, but I made some really kind of obvious mistakes in that one there. But I thought that was just funny, you know. But you know, you gotta have kind of a bit of a fearless attitude, a little bit towards when you're improvising, you know, because. If you always stay in the comfort zone, you know, then you're never kind of pushing yourself, you know, to kind of explore different things. And that's the beauty of improvising, is that you know, sometimes it's really nice when you explore things. It turns out all right sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can, you know, play a wrong note, you know, make a mistake. And that's the kind of the exciting. Well, that's what makes it exciting, right? Is that you can fail, but when you get it right, it's great, you know. Anyway, I thought I'd just talk about that a little bit, because there were these massive obvious points, but you know, it shows that I'm at a point where I'm comfortable enough to kind of do this just on a live stream and just improvise and just not care if I make obvious mistakes like that, you know. Yeah. Anyway, how's everyone going? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? Sarah says, that was a joy to listen to. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, welcome. No worries. It's that's the song I never actually recorded yet. I haven't even finished it. Hey, we got someone new. Who's that? Is it Bill? Is it Bill? Bill Hall songs? It's Bill, right? Forgive me if I'm just not getting your name right. I recognized your profile picture. Yeah. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. So it's 10:42 right now in Berlin. So I'm gonna have to end fairly soon because it's getting to my bedtime, you know. Thanks so much. Glad you like it. Yeah, it's Bill, right? Cool. Good to know. Okay. All right. I'll play just a few more. Here we go. There we go. All right. Headphones, okay. My headphones, these are like really old headphones. They're like Sennheiser, what are they? HD25s. And they've lasted me like years. I have lots of other like really nice ones as well, but these are kind of nice because they're small. And I could do it without the headphones, of course. And a lot of the time I do like to record without headphones, but especially if I got the pickup and I'm using pedals and I'm using, I've got like my pedals are stereo. So I've got like a wet and dry kind of setup, and the wet is more kind of these kind of effects, you know. I can go a bit crazy with it as well. These silly effects. I got distortion on here as well, like just adding distortion to it. Distortion is not actually that loud. Just kind of adds a bit of crunch to it, you know. Obviously that's like at full, but I've got a volume pedal connected to it, so I can use it a bit like an expression pedal, you know. So when in these certain moments, if I just want a little bit more oomph than the usual kind of reverb that I'm using, I can just kind of, you know, do that, and it works. Hold on. I think it's this connection that's loose. Click. Here we go. That's better. All right. All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, John Martin. John Martin was great. He was amazing. Also one of my influences. He did some crazy stuff, didn't he? Absolutely. I'll do a song that is. This is like one of the first song that I wrote on my first album back in 2013. It's just like 10 years ago now. And it's about this guy that was in my hometown called Mad Eric. And he was like the local kind of drunk. You know, every town kind of has one. And but actually, and we used to really annoy him as kids. And he used to sort of shout at us with his stick and stuff. And so I wrote this song about him in kind of imagining he wasn't actually homeless, But I kind of wrote this song about him, that he was homeless, and it's kind of inspired by him. We used to call him Mad Eric, which is a bit mean. But anyway, you know, kids can be mean. This is my story about him. Here we go, Mad Eric.
Call him Mad Eric, he talks to himself with a crutch at his left and he walks with its help. Ain't got no money, can't afford nothing else. Drinks someday, falls over himself. And searching around these streets he roams, and people's falling change. It's cold outside, you need a home. It's pouring down with rain. And Eric don't have no home, no money, no job, nowhere to go. No, I'm not sanity, and this ain't funny, cause half of it you don't know. Yeah, they call him Mad Eric when his kids walk by, cause he shouts and fists the sky. Crazy old man they call him, but why? Crazy old man they say. Go Eric, go, play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired and broke. Every day is the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. And go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. 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 Go, Eric, go and play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired and broke. Every day is the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. 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 So go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. You find it hard to cope. You're hungry, cold, tired and broke. Every day is the same, just gets worse. Ain't got no one on this earth. Go, Eric, go, play that blues, you know. 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 Play that blues, you know.
That was Mad Eric. All right. If you just joined us, welcome. I'm just playing songs today, just been playing songs and, very informal. And if you want to ask any questions, feel free. Although we're definitely coming towards the end now, because it's approaching 11 o'clock here. My strings are still, so I changed my strings today, which I should never do on the day of a performance, because they always take a little while to settle in. Bill says, very sad about Al Petaway. Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea he passed away. Is that my no hype? No, this is actually a Neumann TLM 107. I got my hands on some very nice microphones recently, and which I'm trying out. So whenever I get my hands on some new stuff, I just use it all the time, and I just try and test it out and see. It's really nice. It's a cool thing about this one, it's slightly bigger than I don't know if you know, the TLM 103 and the 102, and you can change the polar pattern as well on this. It's a very nice kind of all-round mic, and it's really picks up the guitar really well. I want to do some one mic recordings. I really love doing one mic recordings, and even so, the pickup is muted. I'll put some reverb on that on the mic so you can hear. I mean, I do love ribbons as well, but I love all kinds of mics. This has a very kind of true sound to it, which I really like, and a very all-rounder. Everything sounds great through it. Yeah, it's really great for picking up both, and I really like mics that can just pick up the two things really well. I really like doing just one mic recordings. What I'd really like to do is do some outside recordings. That's what I would really like to do. Get outside, just take one microphone, a recording device of some kind, and just do some recordings outside or not in my studio. That's also a lot of fun as well. No, I'm not on Figure of Eight. I think I'm on Hypercardioid. I think I'm on Cardioid or Cardioid. Hold on, I have to just check. Yeah, I think I'm on just Cardioid right now. But Figure of Eight sounds great as well. Yeah, I'm experimenting with different polar patterns. What I find interesting is what instruments sound different on what polar patterns and stuff like this, because I think it's something that maybe people kind of overlook on polar patterns, and how you can use them to your advantage in different situations and different instruments, and especially when you have a few different musicians around one microphone, then something like a Figure of Eight pattern would be ideal to have one person one side, one person the other side, for example, stuff like this. Yeah, so I tell you what, I'm gonna do one more song because I'm getting kind of tired now. Hold on, just let me sort out my hair. Need to get a haircut. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna do a song called "The River," and I apologize if you've heard it a lot, but I just like playing it. You know, I just like to play it. Let's see if I'm on the right fret. Yeah, 6th fret. Okay. Yeah, so this is my last song. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live stream. It's been really fun. And as always, I try and do these every Saturday, you know. So, you know, tune in whenever you can. It's always great to see everyone. And yeah, if you've got any last minute questions, now's the time to drop them in the chat, and I'll try and answer them before we end today. All right, here we go. This is "The River." I'll put on a little bit of reverb. I'm going to turn the pickup on as well for this one. Here we go.
She's a drunk, a middle-aged mum. She had children when she was too young. Now it's something you might be surprised. 3 different kids from 3 different guys. She spends her time drinking away, drinking special brew every day. How did she end up this way? People walking past would say, down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of river rats. He's a loner, he's an old man, an old boater that used to have plans. Now all he has is a very long beard, keeping him awake all these tears. He has one friend in all the world, his old dog with a long grey coat. He never sees the light of day, just waiting for time to pass away. Down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of river rats. he's a dad, he's a nice guy, a young father that doesn't know why he can't see his poor little son, because all these things this kid's mother has done. He has no money, no job, he'd do anything to earn a few bob. You look at him and you might judge that all he feels for his son is love. Ooh. Down by the river you may find nothing but tit and tat. Here at the river we all are just a bunch of
All right. Thanks so much, everyone. That was The River. Thank you so much for joining this live stream today. I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday. Before we go, I am going to go through the comments here. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look here. Hey, Tommy, welcome. Sounds great. Do you use a MIDI controller with your pedals, like in, what is that? Mornings, like in the Morning Star? No, there's no MIDI going on here. Whoops. I basically got like my pedal board is kind of wet and dry setup. Let me just quickly. So that's kind of wet. You know, it's basically a preamp, an EQ, and a reverb pedal. You know, it's kind of my natural sound, which I have most of the time. And then on the wet side, I have just a volume pedal, you know, and it's acting like an expression pedal, you know. So in these moments where I'm going, you know, want to add in these sort of sounds, you know, I can do really easy just with the volume, and then bring it out. You know, the tail will continue because I have the volume at the beginning of the beginning stage. Yeah, so it's but that's fine, you know. But I only use it in these certain moments. I think you can kind of easily overuse this sort of craziness, and you know, all of this is just experimentation, and you know, sometimes I like to just use my microphone and that's it, you know. It's but it can be good fun. But yeah, there's no MIDI going on or anything like that. It's literally just so I'm using it as an expression pedal. The volume slightly goes up, of course, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm usually using it in a moment where the volume is raised anyway, you know. Mississippi Blues says, nice show, Fabian. See you next time. Thanks so much, Mississippi Blues. Thank you so much. Yeah, always a pleasure to see you in the live streams. Bill says, beautiful dynamics, Fabian. Hauntingly beautiful song. Great performance. Thank you so much. Cheers, Bill. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to everyone that joined. Let me just thank you, Dale. Who else was just looking at the people that commented? Thank you, Rafal. Thank you, Erin, as well. Thank you, everyone, you know, for joining these live streams, because it's you know, you're taking the time out to see these live streams, and I really appreciate that. I honestly do. Just quickly, I just want to mention about, I have a let me just see here where I'm just quickly one sec. So I have like a little community on my website. You know, if you want to sign up, it's completely free. It's kind of like my mailing list, which I send out, and you know, it's kind of connected to these live streams, because I at the beginning of the week I kind of send out, depending on what kind of topic you're interested in. So I kind of have these 4 points of like songwriting, recording, performing, that's like live performance and gear, and guitar techniques, you know. And depending on what you're interested in, then you know, if you're interested in all four, then you'll get information about all four. But that's the kind of the topics that I cover on my live streams and on my YouTube channel, you know. So, you know, if you're interested in this sort of stuff, it's completely free. Then head over to fabianholland.com. I just need to actually type it in myself, and I can show you on this. So that's my website, and then you can sign up to the community. You know, you can sign up here, and it will lead you explanation point and stuff like that. You know, of where, and once you sign up, you know, it's a nice little community that I'm trying to build of other songwriters, and you know, obviously, at the beginning of the week, you'll get like a little video, and this was just me explaining about this live stream, what I was gonna do, you know, the stuff that I wanted to talk about and stuff like this, you know. So it's a kind of like a bit of a heads up of what's coming, you know. And I talk about these various points, and you can, of course, you can go in here and you can look at these all the back the videos of the last stuff that I've been doing, you know, and some of these are like tutorials in them, you know, themselves, and none of these videos are on YouTube, you know. So these are a bit like vlogs and me just talking about stuff and some tutorials and this sort of stuff. So I have these kind of four points here. So yeah, so that's what it's about, and I'm trying to build this community because, you know, we're all just we're all trying to navigate through this crazy world, and if we can have a community of like-minded people, you know, then I feel it really helps. You know, it really helps me having this community of you lot. You know, it helps me, it motivates me, it keeps me going. So, and I hope that it also motivates you guys as well. And it's a place where we can all kind of chat, and, you know, that's off YouTube a little bit, you know. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. So thank you so much to everyone again. And I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.